And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. As you know, I attended a Newt Gingrich town hall at Kennesaw State University. Before I go any further, we really enjoy here at FetYourNews.com, FYN TV, getting an opportunity to work with young people in college, North Georgia College. I want to give a big shout out to Savannah Enrick. Savannah has a couple articles you're going to want to see. It's called the Fair Tax and also Defending the American Dream Summit. So those are coming up from Savannah. I'm joined now. We weren't able to Skype, but I'm joined now, and I have Katy Sissine, radio personality at Kennesaw State University. Her picture's to the right there, and I met Katy yesterday. Good morning, Katy. How are you?
Good morning, Brian. I'm doing all right.
You are on the radio station. Tell us a little bit about your show, first of all, at Kennesaw State University. When are you on, and how can people listen to your program at Kennesaw State University?
Oh, thank you. My show's called Polytronics, and it's every Tuesday from 10 to midnight. So I talk about a little bit of current events, and then I also play electronic music, so Polytronics. And I also talk about conspiracy theories just for fun.
Just for fun? Or is
not just for fun, but kind of just for fun.
Just kind of just for fun. Okay, let's talk about yesterday, the Donald Trump town hall and what took place there. What do you see on college campuses now? You are a Trump supporter, correct?
Yes.
Okay, now how long have you been a Trump supporter? All through the primaries, or when did you get on board the Trump train, or whatever his campaign calls it? When did you actually become a Trump supporter, Donald Trump supporter?
Honestly, it was fairly recent when I decided that I would, just full on be a Trump supporter. It was after the Nice attack, the attack in Nice, France, and I just started thinking, the liberal community isn't really coming through with what it's supposed to do with the whole international community, and the U.S. as being the international hegemony, as being the international, not the police state, but the state that's supposed to protect the world or lead the protection of the world and of humanity, and they were just not really doing their part as an international community. So I just don't think we're ready for that level of idealism yet, which is why I think we need a Republican in the White House. And Trump has nothing but promise to fight against the crooked establishment and crony capitalism and everything that America wants. So he's basically promising everything that we want. Now the question is he going to come through? That's the only question. But at least he's making promises. And we don't see that from Hillary.
Well, let me ask you a question. I'm going to say you're in the minority within the university students, and I know you're in Kennesaw State University in Georgia, but Democrats are trying to say that Georgia is in play, and where else but the liberal think tank but a university, and it doesn't matter what state you're in, that liberal think tank is there in the reddest of states. So I'm going to say you're in the minority on that campus, but what do you see with both Republicans and Democrats, minorities? What do you hear the most on college campus about this campaign, presidential campaign?
Oh, it's a lot of joking about, not having anyone to vote for, kind of typical to what we heard yesterday at the debate with the video that was posted about Ben Carson when the student called Ben Carson an idiot. And then we called him out and told him that Ben Carson was a neurosurgeon, and he went and tried to defend his point still as best he could. And then he went on to say that Hillary's even worse than Trump. So really, we just hear a lot of that, what's typical in the media. You can't vote for Trump, you can't vote for Hillary. There's no one to vote for. So it's just a choice of choosing the lesser of two evils. Okay,
feeling the lesser of two evils. So you think on the college campus, you're hearing the lesser of two evils, and students do not feel they really have a candidate. But do you think there's, for I guess your side, I seen a lot of excitement. On the other side, I don't see the excitement for the candidate. Now, when the debate that we had yesterday with the young ladies there that you got into with them, and you did not back down, you stood your ground, you were passionate with facts, and there's another young man there, and I feel bad that I don't have his name with me. A couple of you there were passionate with facts and figures and the knowledge of the topics, where they were just getting louder. I mean, liberals just get louder when they can't discuss something with facts or have to defend a liberal's record. They just get, and these young ladies seem to have been getting louder, and so were the young men. You couldn't talk to them, actually. But I didn't see them defending Hillary, did you?
No, they didn't have a defense at all. All they could do was attack Trump, and that's the same thing that Hillary's doing with her campaign, which is why it's a failing campaign.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I didn't see them excited like, well, when Hillary becomes president, you know, the young ladies we were talking to were discussing, you know, free college tuition, which I do understand college tuition, you know, that it's the increases are enormous. But that being said, the only thing they could talk about yesterday was free college, but they didn't say, well, I can't wait for Hillary to be president of the United States so our college can be free, and I can't wait for Hillary to be president of the United States. So are you not seeing the enthusiasm among college students for the Hillary Clinton campaign?
No, I'm not seeing it at all, and I think that college students are able to live pretty well with the system that's in place. Yes, there's a system of loans that you have to pay back in the future, but we also make a higher income per capita than all of the European states. Well, not all the European states, but most of the Western European states that are Americanized as we are post-college graduation. So really, we're making that money back and then some.
Well, you know what?
College one.
My thought, and what I keep telling my viewers, is I don't see the young people going to vote like they have in the past, and I especially don't see, I'm going to say, the black community. I have a friend of mine that Derek Grayson, I'll bring his name up. He said he's never been to Africa, so he doesn't like when people call him an African American because he's never been there in his life. So each to his own. Okay, you took on political correctness. Now you seem to really like. You said that yesterday. One of the clips that I'm going to put up later today. You said Donald Trump is tired of this political correctness. At your age, talk about political correctness and why that was such a strong point to you.
Okay, yes. I mean, they wanted to attack Trump for overgeneralizing black Americans. I mean, and I do understand the African American thing because many African Americans in the U.S. aren't African at all. So, yes, they were referring to the overgeneralizations of black Americans. I don't know if they said black Americans. It probably did say the African American community, of course, and also Latin Americans, which they didn't really bring up. They just brought up black Americans, so let's just go with that. And even when I had justified myself, and I had stated that, and I had told them that and informed them that for the very first time, that Trump has only stated facts and repeated these facts, regurgitated these facts, and he's been attacked for doing it. And that's the whole point as to why what he's doing is such a good thing. That just went right over their head, and they just started yelling at us and just saying exactly the opposite of what I said and repeating what they initially had argued with me when I had just proven them that that's not the case. And then they just went back and started getting louder and, like I said, repeating what was false.
Do you consider yourself a Republican?
Yes.
Okay. Have you always been a Republican?
No, I mean, I'm 23, and actually I was in the Model United Nations last year, so I haven't had a lot of liberal influence, don't get me wrong. I like liberalism, but at the same time, after a lot of research, I've already finished my political science studies. I'm working towards a certification now. It's my fifth year at Kennesaw State. So after being a political science student and really just taking apart all those studies and, reading works by different political scientists and criticism of our system, I've come to my own opinion that we're just not ready for liberalism right now to the degree that the Democrats in this country are. the mainstream Democrats are. So we just need a Republican in the White House. The international system is failing us right now.
Well, how dare you come to your own opinion? How dare you do that? How dare you read and do that? Well, look, I can't say enough of how much I enjoyed meeting you yesterday, and I'd like to get you on the show sometime soon. I want to say to all of our viewers out here, I started this discussion with these young ladies because I wanted to see if we can have an honest discussion on a campus I had about 12 black students there, and I wanted to see if we can have an honest discussion. And I started throwing out just some quick topics, and they were attacking me, and they brought up the thug culture, which I really didn't want to get. I didn't want to get into an argument with them, but that, I have to say, generalizing, Casey, I hate to sound this way, but that's all they wanted to do was attack, and I was just trying to create a conversation. And Casey here had no problem jumping in and defending herself and holding her own and defending her beliefs. But Casey, all you wanted to do was have a conversation about the issues, and I have to say their side just wanted to attack.
Right. Well, I'm Katy, Brian.
What did I call you? Kate? What did I call you?
You said Casey.
Oh, I have your card right here. Okay, Kate. All right. Well, I'm in trouble. Just saying.
No worries. But everything else you said was exactly right.
Everything else I said was, I slept 2 hours last night. All right, already? So,
right.
Katy, one more time. KSU, radio personality, KSU, 23-year-old. You gave your age. I didn't out there. I didn't ask. Sissine?
Yes.
Katy Sissine, radio personality, Kennesaw State University. When can people listen to your show, Katy?
They can listen to my show tonight, 10 to midnight on ksuradio.com, if they dare.
And you do conspiracy theory sometimes just for fun.
Yes, I've gone over the JFK conspiracy, for example, and also the Denver International Airport. There's been conspiracies surrounding that, which I've actually gotten some friends taking some photos from the airport with the pictures of these crazy murals they've got there, and also this 2045 initiative about transhumanism. I don't know if anyone's heard about that. Have you heard about that?
No, but I don't do conspiracy theory just for fun. I don't have a problem with it, but I'd like to hear it myself. Well, listen, I'd like to get you on the show, and you can do conspiracy theory here on FYN TV just for fun. In fact, sounds like the name of a show. Katy, I know you probably have to hurry off to class. I want to tell you, you have our number. We want to do a Skype here real soon. But could you do me a favor? Just keep an eye around the college and keep the mood of it. And maybe we can have you back between now and the election to talk a little more about what the mood of the college students are, or the campus students on campus. What's your prediction, Katy, before we load? Trump or Hillary? And who do you think will win? And do you think Hillary will be able to continue as the Democrat nominee?
I'm going to have to go with Trump and be optimistic for my realist candidate.
And you think Hillary will be able to overcome her pneumonia and her problems politically, and that she'll be able to overcome those and continue in the campaign?
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories in there for you to look up. Katy, I appreciate it.
Right, that's true.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for yesterday, and I'll have the rest of the video, the entire video of what we clipped yesterday of that debate in the hallway there at the Student Center at Kennesaw State University later today. And I thank you very much, and I will be in touch, and you have our number here, okay?
Right. Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Katy Sissine, what was I calling her? Casey? Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to tell you, the way she jumped in, Lonnie, the way she went into this conversation. And here's the takeaway for me of what I seen yesterday at Kennesaw State University. Yes, it's in Georgia. Yes, it's in a red hotbed, but these are liberal breeding grounds for these young minds, okay? And you should go to a university and hang out. Now, Lonnie, I stayed after the town hall for probably an hour because I was working in the student center with my computer, uploading some video and so forth, okay? And I had to hear conversations around me that I just did not want to hear. But here's the takeaway. One, you know, college or university campuses give a whole new meaning to all-inclusive. I'm serious, man. They have created their own little internal economy on these college campuses, and they're all inclusive. Now, they're complaining about, I was there for 2 hours and watched these kids go through the student center. They complain about the tuition, the cost of tuition on these college campuses. And they complain about their student debt. And I know how this might sound, but according to their backpacks, their shoes, their phones, their computers, their earbuds hanging out of their heads, according to everything they had on, I didn't see a bunch of poor kids yesterday. I seen kids with $100 shoes. Now this is little judge. Backpacks, earpieces, iPhones. Everybody had their phones. I didn't see a bunch of poor kids. Now here's what they've done on these campuses, and you should go hang out for about 2 hours one day and check it out. Go to a student center. You want to talk about all-inclusive, it's like going to a resort. I'm serious. They got the Wi-Fi. They don't have to tie their shoes. They can stroll through the hall with headbuds in, hats on, anything they want, hat tip to the side, whatever they want to do. It's they do what they want as long as they want. And no problem. All inclusive. They get the chicken sandwiches. They got a food court. It's like going to the mall. They've got these big fancy food courts. Just saying. All inclusive. I mean, it's a regular Club Med. Okay? Now, here's the takeaway. The group, no matter where we're at in Georgia, the group of about a dozen black, African-American students, whatever, that I was talking with yesterday, the takeaway is, I did not hear one of the 12 excited about Hillary Clinton. I did not hear one of the 12 that are excited and can't wait to go work for Hillary Clinton. I did not see any of them or hear it on the video, any of them excited about voting for Hillary Clinton. They will stay home. Young black Americans are not rushing. She is not Barack Obama. I seen that yesterday. I told you that before on this show. They will not. Nobody's talking about this today except for me. They will not rush to the polls to vote for this old sick white woman. Sorry, just facts. That we wish Hillary Clinton well. We hope she gets well soon. In fact, we even played a song for her. But I'm telling you now, they're not rushing to the polls to vote for this lady. There's panic in Brooklyn. What do I say every day? There's panic in Brooklyn. I've said it for how long, okay? Hillary has a whole surrounded of caretakers. Is this Hillary's undercover nurse? Pictures show mystery woman appearing to check Clinton's pulse as she clutches her heart before her collapse on the 9/11 memorial. Does she have a nurse riding with her? Just saying. Panic in Brooklyn. What do we do? Newt Gingrich said 6 or 7 times, Hillary cannot debate Trump on the issues, cannot debate Trump on the disaster that is taking place in the inner cities of America. Hillary Clinton can't debate Trump. What's really going on behind the scenes? And by the way, FBI, Chaffetz says, you've been served. It's 8:53. I'm going to take a break a little early before the top of the hour so I can regroup here. And I really enjoyed getting an opportunity to talk with Katy on the show this morning and to hear her conspiracy theories just for fun. And I'm your host, BKP. Again, thank you very much yesterday. Lieutenant Colonel Brad Carver, I enjoyed meeting you yesterday at Kennesaw State University. I I will talk about the 2 Ds. Newt Gingrich said this campaign is about the 2 Ds and a little more about the town hall, but we'll have George in here after these brief messages. I'm your host, BKP. Lonnie, take us to break.